I'm happy to announce a new class related to the Holy Science by Sri Yukteswar. Last fall, during the Kriya Yoga Apprenticeship Retreat that we held at Center for Spiritual Awareness, we began discussing the Holy Science by Sri Yukteswar. And for a good deal of 2019, I had been spending time reading the Holy Science and contemplating the Holy Science. And each time I returned to it, I experienced a little bit deeper insight into the fullness of what it means to practice meditation well, and also what it means to develop a sense of spiritual awareness. So I thought this might be a wonderful time to offer a class specifically on the Holy Science. Now, this is going to be roughly an 8-week class, which will begin on April 2nd and run through May 14th, might have our last session on May 24th. And there's 2 parts to this class. There's going to be 8 pre-recorded lectures. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to study the text. I'm going to begin with chapter 1 of Sri Yukteswar's work, and I'm going to give a commentary on the text with the intention of helping to unlock it for you in an understandable way that will help to deepen your own meditation practice, and again, your understanding of what it means to live life as a Kriya yogi, or if you're simply a meditator or interested in other spiritual ideals, how to develop one's greater sense of spiritual awareness. So once a week, I will upload a lecture, and those who are participating, I will send login information to, where you will get a link. You'll be able to click on that link and then type in your password, log in, and you'll be able to access that pre-recorded lecture for that week. Every Thursday, beginning April 2nd, I will upload a new class, a new lecture for you to review and for you to contemplate on your own. So I'll do this for a total of 8 weeks. There'll be 8 pre-recorded lectures for you to contemplate. The participation part of this will be, number 1, you sending me your questions through email for me to respond to. But also, that following Sunday, we will have an online gathering through Zoom, where we will answer questions from the previous week's class that you have. And if there's time left over, we'll use that to meditate together. So our goal is going to be to explore the Holy Science as it relates to the mystical and yogic understanding of meditation. We'll do this through pre-recorded lectures, and then we'll have discussions a few days later via Zoom. We will also review methods for contemplating spiritual texts, because as I mentioned in the class description on the Patreon site, this is not necessarily the easiest text to understand and read. And so we're going to be looking at it briefly over an 8-week period of time. And it would be great if we could work out a way, or teach and share with you a way of learning how to contemplate this, so that you can have your own experience. You can continue learning and growing from it even beyond the class. We will also take time to meditate on chosen themes within the Holy Science. Now, this looks like a small, thin book. Over the last 3 to 4 days, I've been studying it a couple hours a day, and within those couple of hours, I have made it through about 5 pages. So we're not going to be able to cover the entirety of the Holy Science, but as we contemplate certain themes, the idea is to kind of tap into those seed themes, so you'll be able to unlock the rest of the book through your own meditation and contemplation. All right, so now, pre-recorded sessions begin April 2nd. Those of you who participate, you'll be sent an email giving you the login information to access those things. The online group meditation and Q&A sessions will happen that following Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. So that'll be April 5th, 12th, 19th, 26th, May 3rd, 10th, 17th, and 24th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. There are some prerequisites for this. It is very necessary that you already have a meditation routine. So this is not a class that's going to teach you how to meditate. You already need to know how to do that. Ideally, a year of consistent daily meditation is recommended. Familiarity with Kriya Yoga practices and yogic philosophy, such as in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, that's ideal. I'll put a link at the bottom of this video so that you can find some guides to that. There's a free guide on YouTube on this channel, Kriya Yoga Meditation Beginner's Guide, that you can review. There's an 11-hour downloadable audio course. There's also a Kriya Yoga Sutras 26-hour downloadable audio course. Now, realizing that the day that this has been announced, you're probably not going to be able to get through all of that between now and the beginning of the class. So as long as you have a year of solid, consistent meditation, and you have familiarity with Kriya Yoga practices and Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, you'll be fine. If you feel like you can cram it all in or begin studying it now, then see those options. Now, the fee for this course is on a donation basis. So like all my other classes, if you choose to participate, you will be sent a link which will allow you to make a donation to this work, and there's no expectation of a particular kind of donation. The way I always like to approach this is, what are you comfortable donating? What is the process that's being offered worth to you? And what can you donate comfortably? So we never want to encourage people to donate more than what is within their means. For those of you who are Patreon members, so patreon.com/Kriya Yoga, that's it, patreon.com/Kriya Yoga, there's no obligation for you to donate as Patreon members. If you want to donate, of course, that's perfectly fine. But if you are already a Patreon member, you are already registered, considered registered, and you will be sent login information whether or not you contact me. To register, you want to email classes@astrovedicastrology.com. Again, this will be in the information at the bottom of this video. And registration will end April 1st, 2020. April 1st, 2020. And once again, if you're a Patreon member, you don't have to register. Once your registration is complete, I'll send you an email with login information. And then 24 hours before each of the live Q&A/meditation sessions, I will send you a Zoom invitation for you to log in and participate via Zoom. So I'm really happy to be able to spend some time with whoever's interested in exploring the holy science. This is a wonderful text to help deepen a person's understanding of Kriya Yoga, spirituality in general. It doesn't have to be Kriya Yoga. Any meditator, anyone with an intention, an inspiration to develop greater spiritual awareness will benefit from this book. And those of you who are familiar with it already know that part of the inspiration of this book from Yukteswar was to show the unity of all religions, all spiritual traditions. And he spends most of the time referencing the Bible, so Eastern and Western traditions. But I share that with you so that you know that this is really a process that is open to anyone who already has a consistent practice, meaning that they can sit still, they can contemplate, and they can open their mind to these expansive ideas that are within this text. And it's not going to be easy, as I've mentioned previously. Some of the information in here, it's not dense, it's just not common. And it's hard oftentimes for people who are materially minded to grasp these things. And that's going to be true for people who are also on a spiritual path, because many people who are on a spiritual path are still materially minded because they're on a spiritual path because they want to improve their life, their physical life. When doing things to improve your physical life, well, just do things to do that. Don't worry about whether it's spiritual or not. This text, it's a very mystical text. So while I'm going to do my best to ground it in practicality, I want to do my best to ground it in such a way that you're able to understand it and allow it to permeate your seemingly mundane experience. This is a text that's hard for even many spiritual aspirants because it really requires a peeling back of over-identification with who they think they are. And oftentimes who they think they are is a spiritual being or a spiritual personality, when this is, from my understanding, this is bringing you all the way back to the Godhead and beyond, which your personality, your individualized sense of self is an aspect of. But in order to experience the totality, one has to let go of over-identification with that small sense of self. So I don't anticipate this being a breeze. I anticipate this taking a lot of effort on my own part to try to explain it as well as words can do. But I also expect there to be a lot of effort on your part to really take the 8-week period to go deep in your contemplation and to be curious and to be able to sit with things you don't understand and learn to contemplate them such that realization can eventually dawn for you. So look forward to working through this with you. Please contact me soon through the email classes@astrovedicastrology.com to register. And we'll get started.